Hi Sterling, Miss Iljkoski, the assistant principal in East Center here. I'm going to be trying something new this year, which is sending out videos for another form of communication. Hopefully you guys find it useful. I'll post them on the Facebook page when needed, or I'll post them on my Twitter page and ask the students to share it from the main organizations that are on there. So today's topics is registration, first day of school, and schedules. So today's Labor Day. Hopefully all of you guys are having a nice relaxing weekend, but it's back to reality for all of us. Tomorrow's the first day of school. The bell rings at 7:14. Now, some of you did not go through registration, so we are holding a final registration process tomorrow morning starting at 6:30 in the morning. It's going to be in the cafeteria. You need to bring all of your paperwork that was in the registration packet that was mailed home. Have it filled out and ready to go. Through this process, you're going to get a photo ID, which needs to be physically worn at all times, and you're going to pick up your schedule. If at the end of the registration line there is no schedule for you, then you're going to come up to East Center and see me. I will be at the door, as I am every single year, vetting the students to come in or they're not coming in. We don't allow everyone into East Center, or it's going to end up being everyone in there wanting to see their counselor, or to change their classes, to be with their best friend because they, can't be with anybody else, or they got to change teachers and they change their mind. So we don't allow you all in. It is only error fixing for the schedules. It is not about student preferences and changes of mind, so keep that in mind. If you are a new student to Sterling, to our community, which means you're coming from out of the district, not our freshmen here, but from out of the district. If you have not spoken to one of my counselors in the last couple of weeks about your schedule and they haven't reviewed your transcripts, you need to make an appointment with them to do that so we can get your schedule in the system and get you started as soon as possible. If we've received transcripts, we've called home, we've spoken to the students, to the parents, and we have schedules ready for them to go. If we have not received transcripts yet, what I'm going to do is attach to this video is going to be an image with counselors' contact information. Please make an appointment with them. It is the best way to do it, or you could end up sitting in East Center for 6 hours, sometimes 2 days before we get those transcripts, and we can go through and figure out what classes to put you in. So if you are a brand new student and we're waiting for transcripts to arrive, best way to do this is to make an appointment with your counselor of when to come in so they can meet with you, go over your transcripts, go over what classes you might be interested in, career pathways that might be leading you down a certain path. So you need to make that appointment. Attached to this video will be an image with counselor's contact information. If by accident you show up at school tomorrow, I'm going to hand you a card with that contact information. I don't want you waiting around. It could be anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, or it could be up to the following day. So the best way to do it is for you to go home, call the counselor, leave a message, or talk to them directly and make an appointment. Once we have the transcripts, it happens pretty quickly. All right. So new students, we got to get those transcripts before we can figure out schedules. For other students, if you have a schedule and you're ready to go, when you arrive to Sterling, you're to go to your first hour on that schedule. Now, in the next 2 to 4 hours, I'm going to be working on this thing called leveling, which means I make class sizes as close to size as possible. I can't have an English 12 at 40 and an English 12 at 20. I got to even them out. So some of you will have a different schedule come Tuesday morning because we have to make the class sizes as close to possible. All right. It's not a huge amount of students. It's usually in single digits, the percentage of how many students are impacted. But if you get a new schedule tomorrow in first hour, that schedule you picked up at registration is old, is not the proper one, and I need you to follow the new one. Students seeking to make schedule changes. From this point on, we are only fixing errors. We are not meeting with students to do preferences. That means you need to change because you have to be in a class with one of your friends, you need to have the same lunch, you don't want to have a certain teacher, or you changed your mind about a class. I told you guys last year when we did the scheduling process in the middle schools, we came to visit you, told you then, and in our 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, throughout the whole process, we told you be very careful about the classes you choose. There is no changing of your mind. There is no moving from a accelerated honors AP class down to a general, because we built the schedule based on what you requested in the spring. So it is important that you guys, if you're having regrets now, you're going to have to figure out a way to get through the school year, whether that is, finding study buddies, tutoring, but we don't make changes for change of preferences 6 months later, just so you know. To get into East Center, you have to get through me. I'm at the door. I will be vetting every single student to make sure it is a real reason that you're getting in. And the only reasons that we're allowing students in is for one of the following. You have a class on your schedule that you have already completed, whether it is from a previous year, summer school, or credit recovery. We need to get rid of that class and give you another one. If you were placed in the wrong level class, example, if you were supposed to be in Spanish 4 and we accidentally put you in Spanish 3, we'll fix that. If you are missing a core class for your grade level, all right, this is very important. 9th graders, you have 4 core in English 9, or it could be in English 9 honors, algebra or geometry, earth science or bio, American history. If you're missing one of those 4, you need to come see me. The other 2 classes can be any electives that you chose. 10th graders, you need to have 4 core. English 10 or English 10 honors, geometry or algebra 2 trig, world history, what's the other one? Oh, chemistry. Okay, so those are your 4 cores, and then the other 2 electives. So 10th graders, if you're missing any of those 4, you need to come see me. Juniors, you have 3 classes that are mandatory for 11th grade. English 11, or you're in AP Lang, government, and then econ. You only get 1 per semester. And no, you're not switching and choosing which semester you're having which one. All right, and then you have to have a math. Most of you are going to be in algebra 2, some can be in pre-calc, and so forth. If you did not pass your 8th grade science class, you are in a science class as well. And then you have your electives. All right, so juniors, you need those 3 cores for sure. Seniors, your cores, make sure you pay attention that you have an English 12 and a math. If you don't have a math, you have to have a math-related credit. Everything else is electives. Okay? So, if you're missing a core, come find me at the door of East Center and we will talk. If you have a schedule that is less than 6 hours, every single student enrolled at Sterling Heights High School must be attending for 6 hours. Some of you may have 5 classes because one of those classes is a 2-hour class, such as our classes at CPC. But you have to have a full schedule. So if you're missing hours 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, come see me. And finally, if you are a senior that is missing a required class for graduation, let's say, you know what, I didn't pass 2nd semester of Algebra 1 freshman year, and I haven't taken credit recovery or summer school. So what do? You need to come see me so we can fix that and get you to graduate as soon as possible and on time. All right, so seniors, if you're missing the required class for graduation, we'll take care of it. When do I want you to come to East Center? During passing time. You have a schedule. You need to follow your schedule. All right, so I want you in the seat so the teachers can take attendance for you because it's going to be based off of what they see in Power School. If you're not on their roster, then they're going to send you to me and we're going to figure out where you're supposed to be. All right, if you have a question and you meet one of the categories to meet with your counselor, it's during passing time that you will see me. I will be at the door. I will have my laptop. I'll be able to get access to all the summer school, the credit recoveries, and your historical grades. If once you've told me makes sense, I will give you a pink sheet that you will then fill out, take home, have your parents sign it, and then you bring it back. Counselors then will make an appointment to see you. This is not you can come into East Center anytime you want this week. This is a controlled appointment only setting for this week while we fix schedules. All right. Remind students that they cannot make changes. I think I already told you guys that. We don't match friends' schedules or change teachers, change lunches. We have no control over CPC blocks. If you're assigned to A, B, or C, we have no control. I don't think you have a choice in it. CPC is run at the building across the street. They have their own counselor that does a schedule. So don't ask us to change your block. We can't do anything about it. And we do not drop any students from an advanced class that they've asked for. If you put it on your scheduling card in the spring, we built the schedule around that request. So that means all honors, accelerated, and AP. And then finally, I want to remind you guys that in order to see your counselor this week is with a pink sheet that you will get from me at the door. Counselors will make the appointment with you. They will call you out of class. You are to follow the schedule that you picked up at registration until your counselor can meet with you. We have to do this at our pace. You guys cannot all come in at one time or it gets really crazy in East Center. So please follow these rules. Make sure that if you have a valid reason to see a counselor, the first person you talk to is me. Get the pink sheet, and then your counselor will find you from that point on. All right. Last piece of information I want to give you guys. Busing for programs off-site, CPC, Cosno, and Butcher. They will not be running on the first day of school. The students will be gathered in the Commons where they will get information about what time the buses depart from Sterling. So the holding area for students assigned to a CPC course, a course at Cosno or Butcher, will be in the Commons during their assigned time tomorrow, and they'll get their busing information then. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoy what remains of your Labor Day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Keep in mind, you're only allowed in East Center if you have a valid reason, and we double check everything, so don't try to sneak one by us. Here's to a great school year, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you.